So I'm with Lauren Ogúndèkó from Initiative.
Yes.
And what was a standout moment for you from the Year Ahead event?
So I think the Ipsos presentation, where there were some insights into general election.
Is that the roll of every single dice could end up on the difference between democracy and autocracy.
And also insight into debunking AI in a way. And weirdly, I am looking at AI with my job, but just seeing some of the stats, I think was quite refreshing.
Where 8 in 10 of business leaders are telling us that they've tried out generative AI at least once. Well, sure, everybody's using it then. No, they're not.
Yeah, there's sort of the worry about AI, but
Yes.
also the
active
other side
application
of it.
and use as well, I think, which is just 7%, I think was the stat. It almost filled me with a bit of like happiness that, right, okay, it's not as crazy and involved as we think it is.
Yeah, 7% of people in the
Yes.
UK use OpenAI.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think I am
yeah.
one of the 7%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of about that echo chamber.
Exactly.
And avoiding the media echo chamber, which we've heard about a lot.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
the other thing that surprised me is the favourability for advertising exec. The fact that we are under estate agents makes me sad.
Here, and I have some good news for you. Some really good news. Look, it's on the move in the right direction. This is actually one of the highest scores that we've recorded for advertising executives over the 20 years that we've been doing this. 16%, which is impressive, ahead of government ministers and politicians generally.
The fact that we are above politicians and government officials is a good thing.
Yeah. I think that's always quite disheartening to see your job ranked against other ones.
Yeah, yeah.
But in other news, it was all about a day of predictions.
Yeah.
What would you say is a prediction, big or small, for 2024? It could be for media or more widely.
Yeah, so I'm actually pulling this together at the moment for the agency, for our clients. And one of the key things that I, again, want to debunk is AI. So there are several versions of AI, and we are probably dealing with one of the lesser versions, which is generative AI. And all it's going to do is enhance how we work. It's, for me, impossible for it to replace us as individuals. It's just going to make our work a lot more impactful, and it will enhance the quality. So I want to really get that across the clients, so the panic just dissipates, because it's just not at the level that it's going to be able to replace jobs. It would have to be in robotics. There would have to be, some really advanced AI programming done, self-learning. We're so far from that, so I want to debunk that.
Yeah. So yeah, AI isn't as scary as we think it is.
It's not as scary as we think it is, and we should embrace it as well.
Yeah, I think that was in the Google presentation as well. That
Yes.
she was saying it should be a member of your team that needs training like any
Yes.
other human
Yeah.
would need training.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't recruit somebody and then just leave them in a corner. If you're using technology, you need to invest in it to make it useful and valuable.
Yes,
Which I think is a good way to think
exactly.
about it.
Yeah, it's a piece of tech, and we need to understand what it's going to do for us, what are the benefits, just like any other tech. Almost look at it like a DSP, I'd say.
Interesting. And last question, if you could wave a magic wand and change something in 2024, what would it be? Why?
Okay, this might be controversial, but I really, really want to change the whole DEI narrative. So we've been talking about it for a long time, and some changes were made. I think we've regressed. I would like to wave the magic wand of never ever talking about it and actually seeing the progress, so that it becomes natural as opposed to something that I have to keep pointing out.
If you like this video, please subscribe. The Media Leader is the UK's leading source of analysis, opinion and data for people who work in advertising and media.